Hello YouTube, my name is Myles Anderson. I'm a professional joke explainer, and today I'm explaining the jokes of Dave Rubin, one of the best comedians working today. Now, this footage is brought to us by fellow Anderson, Ross Anderson, friend of the channel.
Oh, I wrote God down here and then expected to think of something funny about that.
So this is at Gotham Comedy Club. That's a famous roast comedy club in New York City, where the comedians always get you.
I mean, I had a thought about God the other day. Everyone's saying, September 11th. Now everyone's becoming more religious, right? We're all talking about that. And I was thinking, God doesn't really care if you believe in him. I don't think so. He's not some insecure little prick running around going, ooh, Dave Rubin doesn't believe in me. He doesn't care. He's fucking playing ping pong with Bob Marley or something.
Very funny God impression there. Doing an impression of God is very funny. A lot of people believe in God. Nobody really knows what God looks like or sounds like, so it's very funny to see him acted out here by Dave Rubin. But there are some sources that say God is mostly tentacles, sort of anime tentacles, but very funny stuff.
Give a shit like God's walking around, oh, Dave Rubin. Because that's the way God talks. He mumbles a lot.
Very good to see. It's good to see Dave sort of explaining himself there. When you explain the joke, it always makes it good.
Yes.
All right, so yeah, it sort of ends with Dave Rubin acknowledging that his God voice was quite funny, which reinforced the humor to the crowd there. And now we go to the next clip.
He's an agent.
He's an agent?
Yeah.
For what?
Talent.
Talent?
Yeah.
Well, that's great. But
Great joke there. That was just simple crowd acknowledgement. The crowd always laughs when they're acknowledged. Generally, it can be the crowd and comedian don't interact too much, but when they interact with each other, it really shatters the whole comedy illusion that the comedian is like a very important sort of emperor, and the crowd is beneath them. But when they interact, it's very exciting. It's sort of like if Genghis Khan was going to point to an agent and be like, "Oh, you're an agent," and the crowd would just go insane. Very funny stuff. Good clip.
The other basketball player that I love is Sam Cassell, who's the point guard for the Milwaukee Bucks. If you don't know Sam Cassell, his eyes are on the side of his head over here. That may be how you can recognize him. And the thing is, that is one of the symptoms of fetal alcohol syndrome. But the thing is, he's a great point guard because he can see shit that other people can't see.
Very funny joke there about a basketball player's misplaced eyeballs. Very funny when people have physical deformities, because the normal thing would be for a person to have a perfectly normal symmetrical face, and when people's faces are wonky, that's very wacky. It's why clowns paint their faces with makeup. It's to sort of pretend they have disfigurements, and that's why we all find clowns so funny. So great joke there from Dave Rubin.
Well, I should tell you I'm very hilarious.
That was a very quick joke where Dave just says, "I'm hilarious," and the crowd agrees with him and just laughs. So I didn't know that was even possible to do as a joke, but you can do that and it gets a big laugh. So great observation, Dave, that you're very funny.
This is funny. That's always good when a comedian tells you that something's funny before he says it, doesn't it? I realized, jokes, you really don't need setups for a joke. This is a joke that I'm just going to tell you the punchline, okay? And you're going to laugh, despite not even setting it up with anything. Here's the punchline. And then my mom walked in, caught me masturbating to the Golden Girls.
Applause break. So he breaks it down there. He deconstructs the art form of stand-up comedy in this bit and explains to the crowd what's going on. It's never a lot of the time comedians don't reveal the magic behind comedy. They're very similar to magicians. Magicians, you don't reveal the trick. Comedians, you don't reveal the punchline off the top of the show. You don't reveal how the craft is created. It's very important that that people don't know, that when you ask them what they do for a living, you're probably going to tell them that it's dumb. But very funny. And the joke there, the punchline, that he masturbated to the Golden Girls is funny because it includes masturbation, which is a very silly activity. Plus, the Golden Girls is a very famous television show that was enjoyed over 45 years ago. Great stuff. Crowd, big applause break there.
That's bare basics. No sense. But I was watching the Transformer movie the other day, and they killed off Starscream in the Transformer movie, and I'm sure this upset some of you guys. And the thing is, some people would say, oh, you know, he was always mouthing off to Megatron, he had it coming to him. The thing is, though,
This is back in the day. This is 30 years ago when the Transformers franchise was about 3% of the American economy.
I think they went a little too far. However, I'll move on because I don't think we're here to discuss internal Decepticon politics. Are we? Is that why we're here? Transformers. Oh, there was also Jazz. Jazz was the one black Transformer. You remember Jazz? You knew he was black because he spoke in jive. He used to say things like, "Damn, nigga, look at the size of Megatron's gun."
Great accent there. Very funny sort of Tom Segura voice he's doing there.
That is the first time I've ever said that word on stage before. I've never said Megatron before.
Oh, a nice little reverse joke there. So he's acknowledging that, you know, saying the N-word is a risky thing to do on stage, but he sort of flips your expectations because he says, I haven't said Megatron on stage before. So he does the opposite of what you think he's going to say, and the result is laughter.
I was voted funniest person in my family from 1996 to 1998. Porn, you guys.
That's just a year joke. 1996, 1998. Very funny years.
Like the porn. Wow, you are some sick bastards. Porn. When I was a kid, though, the thing is with porn, we had the old cable box. Remember the cable box with the wire to the TV? And if you press 3 and 7 down with your thumbs and with your pinky, if you jiggled the little dial, if you were lucky, you'd get some black and white Playboy. Remember that? I spent my entire adolescence masturbating with my feet because of that thing. It's true. I had to wear special shoes. My ankles were all twisted.
Did a little bit of remember comedy there. That's when a comedian remembers a past time, and all of the audience also remembers together, and they laugh because the force of the memories being recalled creates an involuntary laughter response there. He also mentions porn and masturbating, which, as we said before on this video, very funny things to watch and to do. And masturbating with his feet, it paints a very funny picture. And so the crowd acknowledges this and laughs.
I really do hate jokes. What the hell am I doing up here? Oh, you know what blows my mind? Comedy Central has got to be the stupidest network. Which, again, I shouldn't say that, but, well, I'm mad at Leno's prick, but, Comedy Central, you know they have a show called BattleBots on Comedy Central. Have you seen this show? That means somebody at Comedy Central thinks that a nerd who makes a robot to destroy a robot made by another nerd is funnier than me. That's what they're thinking. I spent all day long writing this nonsense, and somebody over there, they got no nerds, fucking nerds.
All right, that joke there is just a little bit of personal beef Dave Rubin has with Comedy Central. Comedy Central was a television channel back when people used to watch television, and they often would be the platform which would launch a lot of new comedians' careers. This was all, now of course we've evolved to Kill Tony, which is where comedians try to be as racist as possible in under 60 seconds.
Wow, you're an agent. How am I doing? Am I doing all right? Okay, thumbs up? Honestly, I told my parents I would be on Letterman next week, so if there's anything you can do, they think I'm an idiot, so if you could get on that, it would help tremendously.
All right, I think that's it. Very funny. So he ends with a little bit of a name comedy. David Letterman was a talk show host in America, and he died about 10 years ago. But before he passed away, he ran a late night talk show that would often also feature new up-and-coming comedians. And also Dave mentioned Jay Leno as well, who is another one of these talk show gatekeepers, as they used to be known as. Of course, now there's no more gatekeepers. You don't have to go on a late night talk show. You can simply start a right-wing podcast and say whatever you like, and the internet will spread it as long as it makes people very upset. Thank you so much for watching, guys. This has been Jokes Explained with Dave Rubin here, one of the best comedians working today. I hope the explanation of these jokes makes you laugh even more. Please check out our Patreon, our Discord, and we live stream on Twitch. So please check us out on all those other platforms, and have a lovely day, and see you again very soon.